So today is June 12th, literally the day after Xbox's big showcase. And quite a showcase it was. Like, Xbox definitely wanted to make it clear that they had games and they had something to show there, and show they did. It was it was quite an impressive showing, like one of their best in years. And it's really just nice to see, as well as just know that this $500 box that I bought and stood in the rain for uh will be getting some use, especially in the coming year. So I'm this there's a lot to be excited about. So to talk about the yesterday's festivities, we got Dray here.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Beat couldn't join us today, but the show goes on. So I'll let you start. So, how did you feel about the showcase?
How'd I feel about the showcase? Okay, I know you like to give things a letter grade. So I'll go against my better judgment and grade this an A minus. There were little things here and there that I was like, this is holding this showcase back from being perfect. Or as perfect as a showcase can get.
Mm,
But yeah, man, I went away thoroughly satisfied. It's
same.
exactly what I was expecting it to be. I mean, two of three of my predictions came to fruition, I'm pretty sure. And I
Mm,
mean,
yeah,
2 for 3, that's pretty good to me.
yeah. So,
But like you said, man, I'm happy to finally squish that Xbox ain't got no games bug.
mm, yeah,
2024 is stacked.
very much so. Very much so. And I would actually give it the same. I was thinking the same thing, an A minus.
Hmm.
So that's pretty interesting how we think alike there. So
Yeah, I mean
that
that's a 90, you
so
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
there were quite there were there was a lot of games. I think at the end of the show, Phil Spencer said 22. So
22.
there were 22 reveals. So it was a very stacked show, and there were a lot of interesting titles. But aside from the first party stuff, I was really just kind of blown away by the third party support, and especially the third party support from
Japanese developers.
Japanese developers that's been lacking in
Bruh,
the Xbox brand for quite a while.
I was thinking the same.
So I do have some theories behind that. So we all know how Sega has been working on those super games. Those super games are using, or
Mhm.
apparently going to be using, those Microsoft Azure servers. So maybe Microsoft used that as kind of leverage to kind of get some more of those games over on their platform. It's possible.
Hey,
But regardless of how they did it, like, it's nice to see like Sega kind of fully supporting the Xbox brand and the platform. So I'm very happy to see just more diversity. It's just good to see diversity. You
bro,
know.
I haven't seen this many JRPGs on Xbox since the 360 era, the Blue Dragon Lost Odyssey era.
Yeah.
So it's lovely, man. I mean, we had the conversation about Persona, not to spoil the rest of our show, but we had the conversation about the Persona games and how it's very tempting to migrate to Xbox to play these because a day one Game Pass, bro. I mean, I might just say whatever because historically I've played Persona on Xbox or PlayStation rather, because that's where it's been available. But now, I mean, if day one, I could just,
Yeah.
I might go right ahead. But
Yeah, having that
yeah,
choice of what platform you want to play on is just really nice. It is really nice.
fantastic. Yeah. I mean, it gives us a reason to buy Persona twice. So,
So, oh yeah. Yeah. So, as far as takeaway is your favorite takeaways from the showcase, like what would you say stood out definitely the most to you?
do
Aside
you want to
from
do that now or
aside
save it?
mm, we can do that
Because
now.
we could just go in order and
We
then,
could go in order. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do
okay.
that.
All right, cool,
Let's do
cool.
that.
And then at the end, we'll say what our favorite was.
Okay,
Or
yeah.
if you catch it while we're going through.
I think both of us share the same favorite. I think.
Oh, dude. Favorites plural, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, let's get this started. So first up, we see playground games. So we all knew what that was gonna be. Fable.
So now I'm never played a Fable game, but I have been interested in the series. I never had an Xbox growing up, so I couldn't really never had a chance to play it. But seeing that trailer and kind of like that witty humor, like it definitely strikes a chord with me. So I'm interested. I'm interested. Although you could say it was somewhat of a CG trailer, like you kind of got an idea of like the direction that Playground was going with it, because people were very worried,
Mhm.
like, you know, what the game was going to be like in the hands of, you know, people that normally just make car games. But
Yeah.
it looks pretty good to me.
Well, we have to. I wouldn't call it a CG trailer because it wasn't CG. That was
It was
an
an
engine.
engine. It was an engine,
But we
but
have
it's
to
cinematic.
make that. We have to make that distinguishment though
Hmm.
between
Yeah. Okay.
a
Wrong choice of
cinematic.
words. Wrong choice of
Yeah,
words. So
because I've seen
cinematic.
that circle in the web, and I'm like, well, that's not really true. And they showed a brief glimpse at combat. I do agree that. I mean, I granted this is the first gameplay we've seen, and it looks beautiful. I just want to see more of it. Like I want to
Yeah.
see how
Absolutely.
faithful, to the first three games this may be. I want to see the social systems. I want to see like what, because one thing Fable 2 and to some degree Fable 3 did great was this three-dimensional combat system. Like you go from slashing one guy to shooting a guy behind you, and the animations would switch to match. So like if you had a pistol and a sword,
Hmm.
you'd slash, 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 and if you move the control stick and shoot behind you, you take the gun and shoot behind you like that. So I just, with current tech, I'm excited to see what the combat can be like in that game. But
Mm.
right after that, we got South of Midnight.
Which that was a cinematic trailer. I mean, did it say an engine?
Yeah.
Did it say an engine?
I can't remember. I like to imagine it's an engine, but
Yeah.
it was pretty.
It was definitely pretty. But
Hmm.
I'd have to see more of that one. It did seem really interesting. I did like
Yeah,
the old town, like down on the river Mississippi vibes, the bayou
yeah.
vibes of it. Like I kind of like that. But
There's this ongoing trend in this showcase of games that I wish I knew what they were about. You know what I
it's
mean?
true.
Like, because I remember looking at that, I was like, wow, this is gorgeous and kind of trippy. What is it? You know what I
Mm,
mean?
yeah.
But hey, that remains to be seen after that. And my son My 4-month-old son was overjoyed about this one, apparently, because he was just staring at the screen like Star Wars Outlaws.
Maybe he's a Star Wars man, but
Hopefully.
yeah, that was an interesting one. So no lightsabers.
Yeah, there's more to Star Wars than Jedi. But I did make note of that. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a totally different type of Star Wars game. More akin to, I don't know if you remember that canceled project. I think it was called 1313. Star Wars 1313. It was supposed to be like a bounty hunter centered game, almost Han Solo esque, roguish game. I feel like this game is reviving the spirit of what that was supposed to be.
Possibly.
Granted, I think they're supposed to be showing more of it today.
So yeah, that's what I heard, that they're gonna reveal gameplay for that game at Ubisoft Forward. So, so I'll be looking into that probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
See what that's all about.
More.
Yeah,
love to see more. I mean, not too much to say about it except gorgeous. It was. I turned over to my wife and I'm like, "That's the most Star Wars game I ever seen." At least in recent memory, very Star Wars looking Star Wars. So excited for that one. 33 Immortals. This crazy, massively multiplayer raid game.
That is a very interesting one. So I've been hearing a lot of comparisons to Hades for that. But it's like 33 player co-op. That's insane.
I said the same thing when I first saw it. I'm like, Hades?
I was like, what? I'd be willing to give it a try. Like 33 player co-op. The fuck? It's crazy. Why not?
That's another thing, bro. Like, I agree. And I feel like there's maybe 2 games out of everything, 2-3 games out of everything shown that I'm like, that I wouldn't be interested in trying. Literally everything else, at least that we can, I guess, postulate to imagine what it's about, like, I'm interested in playing. The 33 Immortals, it sounds wild. I mean, pick up, drop in, drop out rating, but I'm sure we'll see more of it sometime soon. So at this point in the showcase, I can't remember what are we, like 15 minutes in, somewhere along those lines, and I'm thinking, okay, they started strong, but when is it gonna pick up? And now this next one was huge for some people. Payday 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know some Payday fans.
Yeah, same here. I'm not really that big on it. So of course this was like a bit of an early little dip for me where I was like, okay, I was trying to determine the tone of the rest of the show because I'm like, hey, if y'all starting with Fable, I'm just like, oh, y'all must be confident, right?
Yeah.
So, you ever play any of the Payday games?
Personally, no. But I've seen them play it though.
Yeah,
I've watched people play Payday 2.
Like, I'm not huge on it, but again, after seeing that Payday reveal, I'm like, I have a feeling this is gonna be kind of a there's something here for everybody type of deal. And wouldn't you know, right after that, Persona 3 Reload.
Unfortunately, it got leaked. But that definitely made it clear like what kind of showcase that Microsoft had on their hands. They were like, oh,
bro,
they got reveals like that?
Dude, man, Persona 3 Reload is literally Persona 5 reskinned as Persona 3, and I'm fine with that.
I'm okay
It's
with that.
Persona 3. It's perfect, bro, because somebody asked me recently, they're like, hey man, how different is it? And I said, you need to play Persona 3 FES just to appreciate how different that is. Because, bro, if they told me, like I said, we're just reskinning Persona 5, I'd be like, great. Great. Give people an excuse to play 3 because 3 started this modern Persona craze. Bro, without 3, there would be no 4, no 5, which is obvious, but I mean, that was the start of the whole social link game
Mm,
mechanic and the day to day, I'm about to go garden, I'm about to go cut the grass type gameplay. So it was just great to see Aegis in full 3D model form instead of like PS2 chibi graphics. How you feel about it? You excited?
oh yeah, very excited. Like this was, I've been ever since I heard the rumors of this game. Like I was like, what? I hope it's real because then I have no reason to play the original. And God, I
Play
did
it.
not want to play the original.
No, look, man. I recommend anybody who is interested in this who has not played 3, play through at least the first dungeon or two of FES just so you can appreciate it, man. Just so you can appreciate it because you might
Thank
keep
you.
playing. You might get through
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know, man. As somebody who my first Persona game was Persona 3, and I adored it at the time. I'm just so happy to see this. You remember on an earlier podcast, I had to convince you and Beat to actually go play that game.
Mm.
Neither of you have. How about that? Now's your
Well,
chance.
I'm gonna play it now.
Saved by the bell. But next we got Avowed.
Which looks better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little bit interested. Definitely a Game Pass game for me, but I'm interested. Like the magic with the sword play.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, it looks pretty good to me. It looks pretty good. Like
I'm sold on it.
I'm willing to give it a try.
I'm sold on it. All I want to see is how deep the role playing elements go.
Mm,
Because that was an issue I had with Outer Worlds. I liked Outer Worlds a lot, but you could tell that it was a smaller project than the Fallouts akin to it.
mm,
So I'm
okay.
interested. I mean, hey, a spiritual successor to Skyrim, count me in, or even a Skyrim light. I just want to see what are we going to be doing between beheadings and fireball spells. You know, I hear a lot of
Yeah,
people. I hear mixed opinions about the art style. I mean, I thought it was fine. I'm more
I
interested in
thought
the
it was fine.
gameplay than anything. Yeah.
Mm,
But right after that, we got Sea of Thieves, The Legend of Monkey Island.
um, I mean, it exists.
Flight Simulator 2024.
I mean, it's Flight Simulator. I mean, there's more to do.
Mhm.
So it's, you know, for Flight Simulator fans, there's something for you.
So both of these games, that's how I feel. Like
Yeah.
these are two of those games that I'm like, I'm okay. But I know they
Yeah.
have a huge following, so I appreciated the
Mm,
presence and the attention given to these upcoming releases.
yeah. People have whole
Um,
rigs dedicated to Flight Simulator.
dog.
Oh,
And clans dedicated to Sea of Thieves.
yeah.
So, Hellblade 2.
Made me want to play Hellblade 1.
I've been meaning to, bro, because I'm actually looking forward to Hellblade 2. It's just please show some combat for this game.
Yeah.
Just to capture that third person adventure energy that so many people are starving for. Because you already know, man. We have some friends. We have some people who see this showcase at least up to this point and be like, "Oh, that's boring. Where's
Yeah.
the unga bunga?" You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Where the monsters at? But good looking game.
Hmm.
Make sure you play it with headphones. After that, we had Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which I know nothing about. I mean, is it a direct sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon?
I think it's the next entry in the series, so I
Oh,
believe so.
awesome.
So I guess Ichiban is gonna be in America now, doing
I
his
saw
thing.
that, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this, but it's interesting. So it's outside of
More
Japan.
Yakuza.
Yeah.
More Yakuza Like a Dragon, bro. But why? Here's what I'm wondering, right? If
Hmm.
they do have English voiceover, what are they going to do with the English voices? Is everybody just going to speak English and we're to assume Ichiban is the only one who isn't? Or do you think they're just not going to do an English voiceover for
Uh,
him?
maybe not. I don't know. I don't know
That's all
how.
I was thinking
I
about.
don't. I don't. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Yeah. So Fallout 76 Atlantic City next.
Yep.
Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess. This game,
That game looked
bruh,
amazing.
definitely one of my picks, man. Definitely. I saw Capcom and I was like,
I was like, hold on,
yeah,
what?
yeah. I was like, wait, Yoshimitsu? What's going on? But that very good looking game, man. I'm ready to hear more about it.
Mm.
Love to hear more about it. What about you?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like
Big samurai energy.
Capcom's just really been killing it with these games. So the fact that Xbox has this at all coming to their platform, man,
Mm-hmm.
that's great.
Well, see, in a phase of the industry inundated with samurai and ninja type titles, I wouldn't say we're quite in the zombie phase of nausea yet, but it's like there's
Mm.
hella samurai games. It's good to see one that sets itself apart artistically,
Oh yeah.
so drastically, in fact.
Mm.
So, right after that, we had Forza Motorsport. Not a huge Forza guy, but the cars look amazing.
Yeah. Who knows? I might download it, give it a try. We'll see.
I always try them. I feel like it's a game you have to try just to be part of the conversation. Like 20
Mm.
years from now, you remember Forza Horizon? Yeah. I don't know why I gave us old man voices, but then we got the Elder Scrolls Online Journey to Necrom.
I mean,
Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. I know people are excited for it, but I'm not. I was still, honestly, I was reeling from that Fallout announcement because I saw Bethesda and I saw that old timey Fallout aesthetic, and I was like, and then I saw 76 and I was like, why would y'all do this? You knew.
Yeah.
Same thing for Elder Scrolls, bro. You knew, but I'm like, I know Fallout and Elder Scrolls, especially Starfield being here. They weren't gonna be at this showcase in any capacity outside of massively multiplayer. You know what I mean? So there was just part of me that was shocked in the moment, and then they hit with a double whammy. They're like, hey,
Mm.
Fallout 76 And then guess what? Elder Scrolls Online. You're welcome, the 5 of you who care. But I'm eager to see what you thought about this. Overwatch 2 has seen a lot of bad blood recently
Oh yeah.
because of their tendency to underdeliver in certain
Uh,
areas of the game.
oh, definitely. Blizzard is they're a bunch of lying bastards.
Bruh, Overwatch 2 Invasion. Can I
Overwatch 2
tell you?
Invasion. I'm call me a sucker because I'm sucking on all of it. Sucking on all of it. I'm a fucking sucker. I'm excited as fuck.
Me and you are on opposite ends of this, bro.
I'm excited as fuck, and
That
I
was
feel
the
terrible.
straightest. That was the straightest faced I had been through this entire thing. I had a grimace on for Fallout 76, but for this, I was just like, I could not care less. You know why? Because it's not what they promised.
It is. It isn't. It kind of is, but not.
It's
really.
not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Kinda. It either is or it's not. See,
It's
you a
not.
sucker.
Exactly.
They about to bleed you dry.
Exactly. I'm a sucker. I already told people on Twitter. I'm like, call me a sucker, because that shit looks like it's gonna go crazy.
You know, if I had never seen the what do you call them? The little blur movies, the little short films where you see the characters interacting with each other. If I had not to this point seen the Overwatch cast interact in a context outside of the game, I'd be more excited. But it's like, bro, if it's not a full-fledged single player experience, get out of my face. I'm just like, whatever. I was super into Overwatch 2 initially, but you know, after a while you just like you start to wake up. Something don't smell right, you know. You lift your arms up, you lift up the sheet, see what's going on. And then you find all the crushed hopes and dreams just steaming and stewing underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Hey, you just sitting there grinning like
that's Blizzard for you. Yeah, they're basically like your abusive stepdad. Like they keep beating you, but sometimes they give you something nice.
Well, we will see. I haven't sworn off of Overwatch.
Terrible analogy.
I haven't sworn off of Overwatch or anything, but I am not excited, man. Persona 5 Tactica, though. Persona meets Fire Emblem.
Basically, I mean, I'm not really. I'm just tired of the spinoffs.
The chibi graphics.
The spinoffs.
Oh, the spinoffs in general.
Yeah,
you just want Persona 6.
I just want Persona 6. Give me Persona 6. It seems
if
like
rumors are to be believed, that's coming next year, or at least being revealed next year, right?
It's possible they're gonna reveal it at Anime Expo because apparently they got something big planned for it.
Yeah, because they totally botched the what was it, the 25-year celebration?
Yeah, pretty much.
You remember they withheld the last couple announcements, like, yo, we ain't ready yet, but I can see why. I'm eager to play this. I never liked the Persona Q style graphics, but I mean, hey, if it's at the very least as serviceable as Fire Emblem as a tactics based game, sure, man. Persona aesthetic, count me in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to pronounce this next one. Jusant.
Yeah, the climbing game.
Yeah.
It looked nice, but not really for me.
Yeah, it's another one of those
climbing simulator.
Well, see, I've done enough climbing in all Uncharted games combined. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Tomb Raider. You know what I mean? Nothing about it really spoke to me. I'd be willing to try it, but
Eh.
yeah, thank you. My thoughts exactly. So next we got Still Wakes the Deep, which is, I presume, a horror game of some sort.
um,
They barely
yeah,
showed anything.
yeah,
Definitely had creepy vibes though.
yeah. It seems like you're running away from something on an oil rig.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Not much to say, right?
There isn't much to say.
You're not a big horror fan anyway, so you
And
skip it regardless.
definitely not a game I will be playing. Yes.
By default. After that, Dungeons of Hinterberg. So you remember how I said there were like 2 or 3 games that I'm just like, I probably wouldn't even try. I'm not even gonna lie to you, this was one of them. It's
Yeah.
just something about it. Cause I thought it was Hi-Fi Rush at first.
It did look like that kind of art style,
Like an
but
expansion. And then I
yeah.
saw the girl running
Mm-hmm.
like a Lego person. And that was rude. But I saw the girl running and I was just like, what is this? It looked like Beat said one time a game he saw, I think it was at the PlayStation showcase, looked like the fake game that you'd see somebody playing on a sitcom. And
Oh
Dungeons of
yeah.
Hinterberg looked like that to me. Who knows, bro?
Maybe
You
it's
know me.
fire. Oh, who knows?
You
Maybe it'd
know
be
me though,
fire.
like I will try a game and I will give it a shot. I don't like to trash a game too much before actually experiencing it, but
Yeah.
it didn't. I was like,
It
ugh,
didn't
what is
impress you.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't
was
impress me
like,
either. Yeah.
show me Starfield. Yeah, so you said you felt the same way pretty much.
Pretty much.
Hmm. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, finally.
Uh, I have no stock in that. I didn't buy the
No?
game, nor do I plan to.
Well, I told myself I'd wait till the next gen update, and then that came, and I said whatever because I was doing other stuff. Then I told myself when Phantom Liberty comes out, which is supposed to be the one solid piece of downloadable content for this game, um,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just start a new file, start from the beginning, do everything over, play the game as it was meant to be played. So I wasn't jumping out of my seat or anything, but I was happy to see a release date for this one. And it comes out 2 weeks after 3 weeks after Starfield does. So that will be interesting because I can't
Mm-hmm.
imagine 2 weeks is enough time for me to play Starfield
Yeah,
and
definitely.
then start a new file on Cyberpunk. God forbid, bro. Oh man, this
Yeah.
year. City Skylines 2. I don't really have much to say about that one. You?
Uh, Not really. I know some people that are really into city builders stuff like that, but not me. I mean, it definitely has its crowd though. That's for sure.
Well, after that, we got my pick of the show. Metaphor di Fantasio, or Fantazio, however you want to say it.
Oh yeah.
But, bro, same composer, same director as Persona 3 through 5 in a fantasy setting. I'm like, this game just looks fantastic, man. And clearly, they kept some of the social stuff from Persona as well in there.
Yeah, it looks like. So this will be a
Man.
really interesting one. Like as far as like how it differentiates from Persona, and just I'm really interested to see what the combat's like too.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you remember what I said about Soul Hackers. I haven't played Soul Hackers 2, but when that game was on the horizon, we were like, is this gonna be that third tent pole? You know,
Mm,
just to draw a comparison to Bethesda. Bethesda has Fallout, they have Elder Scrolls, and now they have Starfield. Atlas has numerous things, but as far as the big things, they got Shin Megami Tensei, they got Persona. Is Metaphor gonna be the third, like, between Shin Megami Tensei's and Personas, we gonna throw one of these out there?
yeah, big flagship title.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it has the makings to be. We don't know much about it, but boy, is it nice to look at.
oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Towerborn.
Towerborn.
Anything about that one?
Eh, I might give it a try. I'm up to give it a try, but uh
Not blowing your whistle?
no. No. But I don't know how to describe that game. Maybe something, I don't want to call it similar, maybe. It looked like it had like combos and stuff in there too. Uh kind of like the Tales games. Kind of.
Man,
Like I saw so like somebody, like one of them like hit something off from a different guy. Like it looked interesting in that regard. Like you could do like combos between each other. Like that seemed cool. But I don't know.
I'm willing to try it. At this
Uh,
point, I started checking out a little bit because I was wondering what they were gonna end with. Like,
mm,
how were they gonna stick the landing? Clockwork Revolution came next.
okay.
Dang near Bioshock 4.
Okay. That I was like, is this Bioshock? Is this a Bioshock remake? I was like, what the
I
fuck
knew
is
it wasn't,
this?
but
I knew it wasn't
definitely
too,
big
but I was
Bioshock
like,
vibes.
what?
Yeah, it's a very intriguing game. I'm kind of like, I'm over the Bioshock aesthetic because I feel like so many games have gone after that. Bioshock started a trend. It really did graphically. And
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like, tell me what about this game makes it not Bioshock. And then you have my attention.
Mhm. Which is fair.
Because those are big, giant, size 42 boots to fill.
Definitely.
So before we got into Starfield, we got an announcement. New Xbox Series S color
Mm-hmm.
with a 1 terabyte hard drive. I mean, I'm sure that will make somebody happy who doesn't have an Xbox yet.
Yep. So another option for you.
Yeah. Back in black.
So now you can
So
have more than 2 games on your console at once.
no kidding, bro. Jesus. But yeah, of course, we'd be remiss not to mention Starfield, which had a 45-minute showcase of its own at the very end of the
Okay.
broadcast.
So nobody truly knew what Starfield was until that direct. Like, what are they doing? Like, what
No,
is
you
Starfield?
didn't. You didn't know. Fans who were
No.
paying attention knew what it was. Now all you scrubs out there know what it
Oh my
is.
god. But
Talking
yeah,
about some
but
nobody.
now that I've really seen everything, well, I'm sure they didn't show everything, but
They showed you
it
everything you
was
had to see.
it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing the amount of stuff you like. Like
And
so,
Gunnm.
like somebody described it best. Like I can't remember who said this, but someone described it best. It's like 3 different games in one. You
Gunnm.
got the
Let me
starship.
let me I do not mean to condescend, right?
Yeah.
but you've been a Nintendo gamer for a huge part of your life. You
Oh
have not
yeah.
played Skyrim. You have not played Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. You know? So I can only imagine how this game is going to blow your mind if you give it a shot.
So
Because that's all I saw was I said Bethesda in space, and I was like, great, sold.
I was like, they said that there are 1,000 planets. Now, I'll believe that when I see the game. But if there are even nearly as many planets as they're talking about that are in this game, as a guy that loves sci-fi and loves space, and for the longest time, like growing up, like wanted to be like an astronomer,
Who
like
only got to the second level in Mass Effect.
man, leave me alone.
Here's your chance to prove that love for sci-fi, man. Because this
I
game, like I said, they've been showing a lot of it recently. Like the past year, they've shown quite a bit of that game. But this showcase, for anybody who hasn't been paying attention, bro, that's all you had to see, right? That's all you had to see. And guess who has the Constellation Edition on pre-order? I wasted no time, bro. I jumped on. I was like, "Yep, I'll
I
take it."
think I'm gonna play it on PC
Mhm.
only because of what I heard from Todd Howard. Like the game's locked at 30.
I could not care less. I'm not a frame snob, but like, it's not even gonna be a solid 60 on PC. But
I have
he
to
did substantiate that. So
wait, even on PC?
even on PC, he said sometimes it runs at 60. He was clear that it isn't a steady 60. But like again,
Shit.
the majority of us weren't having this conversation a few years ago anyway, so whatever.
May as well get her on the series. That's all right.
I mean, that's how I feel, bro. I don't care.
Yeah.
Especially with the breadth of this game. God forbid. Like, if it was choppy, that'd be different. But a solid 30, whatever, man. Call me old. Whatever. That's the last thing on my mind. My mind is fixated on the bugs. I'm like, is the
Yeah.
game going to run
Yeah.
as huge as it is? But man, we could make a whole video dedicated to Starfield. All I know is that is the game to look out for this year.
Yeah.
I'm not
Man.
gonna speak for you, but a certain other co-host of ours was a little more down on the game than me. But
Mm.
I'd like to think both of you have seen the light after this showcase.
I certainly have. Like I was
I feel like it's
already anticipating it, but
uh
now I'm like, this could be my game of the year.
this is what I liked about it, right? Because everything I saw, I was like, great, great. Felt it coming, felt it coming. Not shocked like that. Wonderful. Pure Bethesda. But now we know there's no way this game can suck. There's no way the game can suck.
Hmm.
The worst that could happen is it don't run good.
Yeah.
That's the worst that could happen at this point, which is still a distinct possibility. Seeing what we saw, there's no world in my mind in which this game isn't great. Or at least good, right? So, surely my most anticipated title. I'm happy you're excited about it too, because we'll have a lot to talk about. I mean, have fun with your first Bethesda RPG, man.
Oh yeah. Very
We
much so
all
looking
will.
forward to. So I think that's about everything from the showcase there. Like
That is everything.
it was definitely like Microsoft's strongest showing since E3 died.
No kidding, man.
So like it's been should I say a decade? Almost a decade since they had a show this good.
It got me excited. It's the first time in a long time I remember being excited watching something. But like Persona 3, Metaphor, Fable, Starfield, those are my 4 picks of the show. Those 4 games. And if you want to throw a 5th in there, that Capcom game.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Struggling to remember the name of it. I want to give it its shine.
Path of the Goddess.
Path of the Goddess, yep. Definitely looking forward to all the games we got coming in the next year.
No, yeah. So Fable, Hellblade, Metaphor, Persona 3 Reload, Starfield, obviously.
Yeah. Hellblade as well, honestly. We just didn't see, nothing but some talking and walking.
There's just so much. Like a dragon. Man, I still need to play Yakuza Like a Dragon.
You sure do.
But which is on my list.
Yeah, the list goes on, man.
It does.
I mean, they showed a lot, and again, no one can say Xbox doesn't have any games.
Yeah, that is for sure. They got games and they got third-party support, which is very important for them considering what they're trying to do with this Game Pass service. So it's just great to see Xbox actually in a positive light as far as like their games. Finally.
Preaching to the choir.
Finally. Finally got a good reason to have this fucking console.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think this is a good place to end the video. Unless you got any other final thoughts you want to share.
Final thoughts? Persona 6 Day 1 Game Pass.
Oh, okay. That's a bold prediction.
Yeah.
That's a bold prediction.
I mean, no, man. It seeing that third party support, like you said, especially, I mean, games, we still have Eiyuden Chronicle coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Xbox is definitely, they've been making moves behind the scenes and everybody been sleeping on them for a while, and they've surely made some tremendous missteps along the way, but this is what it's all led up to, I believe.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like it's been a rough year for them. It's been rough, especially after that Redfall release. But I think people already forgot what the name of that game was. Red what?
Yeah, exactly. It surely failed, but that's it for me.
All right, and that's it for me as well. So we got you guys on the podcast coming up. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
See ya.